So game journalists are big mad right now because one game developer had the audacity to step out of line. He had the audacity to make jokes. And if you want to be in the good graces of game developers, you don't make jokes, okay? Everyone is poker face, everyone is about inclusivity, very serious issue. And this game developer in particular said that since Stellar Blade is all the rage right now, why don't we add some jiggle physics? And the faces of the game journalists just dropped. Like, the drama entered the room, the plump HR lady quaked her chair, and she looked with disgust and dismay towards this game developer. Like, how dare you? How dare you go to the gamers and joke with them? Do you think we're their equals or something? You spit on the gamer, you show disgust and disdain, you do not joke with them. So immediately the article started popping up, and we got the gamer here, which I think is trying to copy Kotaku. I don't know if they're trying to copy it in its business model and trying to write articles just for 5 readers, but here we go. And yeah, they're absolutely dismayed. It's like, what do you mean talk about the perfect jingle? Like, look at this character. Look at the character you made. Do you want to over-sexualizing it? Like, sexualizing it, fine, but like, you want to over and add jiggle physics? Like, don't you know that breasts are the immovable objects? They do not move. You know what? You should apologize and put a mansion on that character. Like, I got my number. I can call the Californian Mansion Industrial Complex and set one up just for that. I know you're trying to add the mental illnesses haircut, but it's not enough. Androgynize that character right away, and maybe then we're going to forgive you. But look at how they're reacting, right? Like, this is the journalists. If we're being generous, it was most likely an ill-thought-out joke that spilled over onto the Farm Folks official Twitter account, with the developers greatly misunderstanding what the fans are actually interested in the title for. In other words, the game journalist, okay, he has become the fans. He is the voice of the many. He is the speaker. Like in a sci-fi show, you know, the minds of all the fans just pumped into this game journalist household, and he has become the speaker. And he says, like, no, the fans aren't interested in this nonsense. And basically, they were whipped into shape. Whoosh! The American Corpo PR speaks. We like to address that a recent post we came to our community asking for feedback. And our intent is always to connect, to grow with our players. But it is clear we really missed the mark on our recent community feedback post. And for that, we are so sorry. Please, we apologize. Please forgive us. It's interesting that they're not really speaking to you as a player. It's more like they're speaking to the journalists. It's like, have mercy, the gamer. Kotaku, please. We will never again. We had received concerns about the female player model's breast physics in the past, and we thought we should ask the community what feels appropriate. Unfortunately, we crossed the line. We went from sexualization into over-sexualization. We tried to foster a welcoming community, and the post and subsequent replies made many of our community members uncomfortable and alienated. Yes, our player thought that farm folk is not a place for them, and they felt shunned away from society, and they were pushed into a life of poverty and crime, and for that we are sorry. We welcome you back to the bosom of farm folks. You can play our game now. We're not going to make the titties bounce. Don't worry, that atrocity will not happen. The reply made about 150% physics was inappropriate. It's like, we insulted your mother, and we apologize for that. We are taking the necessary steps to learn. We are knocking at the door of our HR lady, and we are making her work overtime so she can teach us, so she can feed her knowledge into us and tell us how to be more inclusive, more better Americans. We value the feedback of our community and work hard to include everyone, even your mother is welcomed here. We want to create a game that feels alive, which is why we pay close attention to every aspect of our world, from how the weather and the time affects the world to how the tits refuse to bounce. No matter what the female characters does, they stand eternal in vigilance without bouncing ever, because that would be inappropriate. We want everyone to feel included. Oh my god, how many times did they mention this shit? In the game's development, and we'll be reevaluating how to best interact with the community, and as well as how to best ask for feedback from the community in the future. Holy shit, like this guy was writing on a dread, like his fingers were going on the keyboard like click-click-clack, click-click-clack, please, what else should I write? What else should I write so that they know how sorry I am? Your input is instrumental as we continue to develop Farm Folks. Okay, so most people in the comments are like, what on earth are you smoking? Are you high? Why are you apologizing for? Like, no one was even remotely upset. But then you have individuals like this person, and I love it. Because this is literally the type of customers that they want to foster. This is the type of community. When they talk about inclusivity, they're referring about this person. And this person says, this isn't even an apology. This is doubling down on excuses. You guys understand why the initial tweet was upsetting, right? Because it doesn't sound like you do. And as you can see, you got people confused. It's like upsetting. Please elaborate how and why so that I can better understand. Oh, I'm sure that a great journalist and writer like yourself can figure out how to read all the upset comments in the original post and determine why people are mad without me personally needing to hold your hand and explain. There's many people in the comments saying, I'm a woman, please explain. What the fuck? But as you can see, they did nothing wrong. This is why they should have never apologized. It's never enough for the crowd. If you really think that this tweet was upsetting, then I'm sorry, but you need to grow a spine. It's never enough. It wasn't even that fucking bad, Lamau. But the reason they're upset and they can't articulate it is because a lot of these individuals, they do not care about the video games. They are part of an ideology, of a cult. And anyone that's not part of the cult is an enemy. And why they live on the internet is to see the enemy getting upset. Like every single time someone that's not part of the cult is upset for any reason, like their entertainment is being ruined or they're being inconvenienced in any way, these people are happy. So if they see a company joking and having fun with people that they perceive to be the enemy, they get upset. And they can't articulate that because it sounds bad. So this is what it's all about. It's the fact that the developer had some fun with the gamers and they were like, oh, well, if Stellar Blade is all the rave, do you want us to add jiggle physics? And this person was livid. The game journalists were livid. They were like, what do you mean? They're the enemy. You can't joke with them. You're not fraternizing with them. Stop that at once. And the person goes like, okay, I apologize. Holy shit, Jesus, so sorry. And they're like, no, we're not forgiving you. We're not forgiving you. And this is what it's about. The absolute state of 2024. Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.